Okay, the night that I told my husband that I wanted to divorce kind of went like this. I was telling him for weeks that I had been treading water with the girls and that I need more help. I was feeling overwhelmed with a dance recital that was coming up, and I was like, hey, can you wake up a little bit early to like help me with like makeup, the whole shebang, makeup, hair, everything. He said, I'll wake up, I'll sacrifice sleep to help you. I'll wake up, I'll sacrifice sleep and help you. And I said, sounds great, because you went to the soccer bar like last week and you sacrificed sleep to do that. To which he told me that wasn't the same thing. And I'm like, okay. So he then told me that maybe I should get a job so that he can quit and that he can run the house. And I said, say less. And I got up and I said, then I can quit this job and then I'll just go to work. He followed me into the kitchen where I looked at him and I said, we are heading towards divorce. And he looked past me to watch the soccer game. And I said, I just told you that we're on our road to divorce and you looked past me to watch soccer. To which he said, well, I got distracted. Fair enough. So I ran an errand that I needed to do anyway. And I came back and he's like, we need to talk. I said, yeah. Because it's hard to tell someone that you've been with forever, it seems, that you want a divorce. So we go in the other room and he goes, what's up, hon? I said, I think we need to get through December. We're going to make this month special for the girls. We're going to do Christmas. We're going to do the holidays. And then when January comes, we're looking at divorce. Like, we need to talk about separation. What are we going to do with the kids? Living arrangements, the whole shebang. He sat down, immediately started crying. Okay. And I have been manipulated before in the past, and it's with counseling and all this other stuff, I am so solidified in my decision that these tactics aren't working. He keeps telling me, he's like, I'll try harder, I'll do more, just give me another chance. And I go, hon, we have been trying this for years. I have been asking you to change and to meet me halfway for probably 10 years now. To which he admits that he's only been trying for the last 2 years. So I've been asking for help for 10 years for him to change or to at least meet me halfway, and he only started trying 2 years ago. So I said, what in the past shows me that I should give you another chance? He's like, I love you, I do everything for you and the girls, you're my whole life, etc., etc. And he's like, I just need you to give me another chance. And I said, I am not leaving this room until you realize that I am serious about this. I want to move forward with separation. And he was basically like, let me try, see the good that I'm going to do. And I said, I will admit that I will see the good that you do, but it is most likely not going to change my mind. I'm trying to let him down as nicely as possible. The main thing with our relationship is that I have dimmed my light to be with him. I am a different person around my friends. I am a different person around even my girls. We're fun, we have fun, we joke around, we dance, we sing, we laugh, it's just the whole thing. And then when daddy comes home, it's just and you get excited to see someone, and there's just so many times that hi, how are you, it's a good day, and it's just there's only so many times that you can, that the person that you love is you're annoying. So I was like, why do you want me around if you find me annoying? I think you like the idea of me. So the next day he woke up early and came down, and it was an hour before I had to get the girls, and he's like, so are you listening to podcasts now? And I was like, yeah, I've been listening to podcasts since 2020. He goes, oh, you're not listening to your audiobooks anymore? I was like, no, I'm taking a break. He's like, this is funny. Are you still reading the alien smut? And I was like, no, that was a year and a half ago. And he starts asking me questions, and I was like, I'm going to stop you right here, because you are asking questions that an active partner should have known the answers to. So this just even further demonstrates that you have ignored and neglected me for years. And it's just you're not doing yourself any favors. So I left. got the girls ready, he did dinner, and then my littlest one had her Christmas concert, and just like through the whole concert I could just feel like the vibe coming off of him. And it's sad. And I've done the grieving process because we are at different steps in this journey. I'm further advanced. Like, I felt the emotions. So we get home and his neck is bothering him because he has some health issues. So I go upstairs and I was like, do you want me to rub your neck? So I started like rubbing his neck, and it was just like really sad because I still love him and I still care about him. And I always will. So we started talking, and he's like, give me 3 weeks. I'll be different. We're going on our trip. Like, I'll show you, I'll be better. I neglected you for years, and I'm realizing that now, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I'm going to make you my priority and everything like that. And I was like, I love you. And I'm like, we can still be friends. And like, I will be there for you. Like, even when the girls turn like 18, like, I'm not just going to disappear. But I'm like, I love you, but I'm not like in love with you anymore. And he's like, I want to change that. I want you to fall in love with me again. Like, I'm going to do all the things. Like, just give me 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. You said that we can have December. Like, just give me 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, but it's so hard because you don't want to tell the person that what they're gonna do like won't matter anymore because it should have been done before. So I'm giving him December. Fast food napkins, am I right? I'm giving him December. We're going on our trip together, and yeah, I don't know. And it's hard because now he's gonna do everything right, and he's gonna, he was like, do you want to sleep in? I'll take care of the girls. Or like, it seems like he's doing everything right now. And I'm just wondering why he didn't do it before. So, if you have gone through divorce, because like, this is fucking easy, right? Divorce is the easy way out. You know what's easier? Just putting your head in the sand and just ignoring it and your own needs for your whole life. That's easier. But how do you, if you were a man or a woman who went through divorce and you have reached your limit and your going point, and the person that you are leaving is now like being an A+ student, like that is a mind trip. But anyway, this is 8 minutes. No one's gonna watch it, so. But yeah, so what is this, day 3? And yeah, and we leave on our trip Friday the 13th, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, now he's doing everything right, and he's being fun and playful and letting me be me, and I just don't know how long that's going to last because he hasn't done any inner work. He called a therapist that before it was too much work to do, and he gave up after an hour of trying, and now this time he was able to get one in network in under like 10 minutes. So whatever. And I was like, what self-help books have you read? What are you doing to, I'm like, this, you can only change your personality for someone for so long. And that's where I am right now. I devoted my whole life to him, and I dimmed myself to be with him, and I've molded myself to be part of his life, and I can't spend the next 40 years like that. So let me know if you've been through it and how that was emotionally for you. I gotta go because it's almost 10.
Okay, part 2 of what I knew. It was over. It's when I needed surgery. And I asked that it literally was going to be like maybe 10 minutes down the street, to be taken to and brought back. Kindly asked, and I shouldn't have to. So it should be something there. Should be like, hey, you mentioned you were having that procedure. When is it? What time is it? I'll be there. Are you okay? How are you feeling? When I talk about emotional needs, this is an example, prime example of it. And I knew, and I just knew, and many, many more. But that just kind of hit me. And I was told, take an Uber. And when I tell you, take an Uber, hit me in my gut. Like, what? Okay. So I said no more. I didn't want to have an argument. Didn't have an argument. Oh yeah, I did cry. A bucket full. Tons full. I was like, I don't deserve that. I deserve much better than that. I would not accept to be treated that way, especially for where we both came from, how hard we worked together to be where we are, for him to be where he is. So I smiled, I said a prayer, and I did call the Uber for me because I was not going to cancel the procedure. By the end of it, I think he felt guilty. And then, I called my Uber to come back home. Although the nurses were like, at the point I had already had him as a primary contact to call if something should go wrong. So the doctor did call because he's my primary contact. That's another important thing. Who do you have as primary contact? If you're married, you think something happened to you, will the plug be pulled too fast? Do you think you'll be let go very easily? Because these days, with life insurance and all this stuff, be very much aware. Watch a lot of Dateline cases like that, where the plug get pulled. It's like, yes, just pull the plug. Let her go. Let him go. So be careful who you are and who you're putting for your emergency contact. But anyway, they were called. So I think out of guilt, because he got updated, and I'm sure was reluctantly showed up to pick me, post up, brought me home, and then he left. Brought me home, heavy on brought me home, and he left. What if something went wrong with me? Didn't stay for even an hour to be like, hey, gonna bleed? Are you gonna be all right? And say, oh, why don't you heal privately? I'm healing, I'm doing it. But some stories need to be shared. Like you're putting your story all over the... Okay, I get it. Maybe this is not for you. Is that triggering you, what I'm saying? Maybe it's triggering you. But I can weigh heavy on you to think on some of this stuff. And when you see signs, a lot of DV cases, a lot of unaliving, a lot of mental health, physical health problems in marriage will be cut short by recognizing some of the signs and saying excuses like, no, your needs, physical, emotional, spiritual needs should matter to a partner. And if it's not, you swallow hard, you brace yourself, and you start to make the necessary changes. Sometimes the changes can take months, sometimes years to get to, but you have your plan, silent plans. And that partner might be a great partner for somebody else, but not just for you. And when the relationship has come to that point and it's getting rotten, recognize it and let it go. So that was part 2 of When I Knew. Bye.